are still some things that make us all the same. You, me, them, everybody, everybody. Everybody needs somebody.
Reluctantly, I've been forced to address the ugly and cynical claims that a sexual jihad is underway against European women in general and Scandinavian women in particular. The primary source of this noxious and cynical attempt to mobilize the most visceral and fundamental emotional responses, specifically to overwhelm cognition and reflection, is a Norwegian blogger who goes by the name of Fjordman. If you Google Fjordman rape, you get about 55,000 hits. If you Google Muslim rape Sweden, you get 839,000 hits. The centerpiece of Fjordman's thesis is a significant increase in rapes in Sweden over the course of the last decade. Let's look at the kind of claims this is generating. From my original video, this comment from Rocket Flame Man. Sweden, rapes are 6 times more common than they were a decade ago. An Islamic mufti in Copenhagen sparked a political outcry after publicly declaring that women who refuse to wear headscarves are asking for rape. Apparently, he's not the only one thinking this way. It is not as wrong raping a Swedish girl as raping an Arab girl, says Hamid. Now, I'm not disputing the anecdote, or even the mufti's ill-advised comments. That sort of stuff is regrettably par for the course. Many of these guys are repellent misogynists. But there are some dead giveaways here. The commenter has no idea that Copenhagen isn't Denmark, and as you can see from the chart, rapes in Sweden have increased in the period, but not by 600%. As usual, every rolling snowball of misinformation starts with a little lever of truth. Let's examine this chart in some detail. The pink line is the number of rapes occurring per 1,000 of the population, and that shows a shallow increase until it spikes sharply in 2005. The yellow line shows the year-on-year percentage increase, and this is important because this shows a massive spike of nearly 31% from 2004 to 2005. Now, even taking this into account, and I will deal with it in just a moment, rapes have increased by 150% over the course of the last decade. Now that's big, but it's not 600%. But let's get back to that 31% hike in 2005. The following is a direct quote from Swedish government documents. The link is posted with this video. New legislation on sexual crimes came into force in 2005 with a view to furthering the protection of sexual integrity. The definition of rape was broadened by lowering the requirement of force to include less grievous forms of violence or threats of a criminal act. So, prior to this change, we see a gradual increase of about 5.5% year on year over 8 years, and then a massive spike brought about by a methodology change. Consider that this is the centerpiece for the jihad by sex, they are coming for the women movement. Now for the coup de grace. The following stats come from Nation Master, and I have posted the link as well. As you can see, the most recent US data shows 0.3 rapes per 1,000 of the population, higher in every instance than all the European countries where the fierce jihad is underway. This includes France, with a Muslim population estimated at almost 10%. I guess they didn't get the Al-Qaeda memo. Sweden, which prior to its 2005 methodology change was running at 0.29, is not included in Nation Master because it uses, surprise, surprise, a radically broad definition of rape which makes comparison impractical. I trust I have clarified this issue to the satisfaction of an objective observer, and I hope highlighted how dangerous it is to take claims that trigger our most basic fears and nightmares at face value. In the next vid, I will address the mechanics of an Islamic takeover of Europe. Once that is debunked, I hope I can get back to calling Allah names. Frankly, much more fun than this stuff, which is way too much like work. Ciao.